Adishimamba Mwaha and Wakwaba Edba Green TV. So Emredu said your my from Munsem Ayabwa, no Samufonso, Ajibre Asemu say Green Cassia, and Wakasium in Simbia Betty ABNSA, or Mampenina Nado down qua AKUFO-ADDO or Kona Pro Bono, or the Echim or SECONDI-TAKORADI Edda so Aquaco from Zanso, and I buy it me as so Mambes at your soon and one when you might do your Mudino, a bit me a conkin Eddie Amomo. Way and then some. Now for Pabesumo say a reaprem to break Kasea our Green TV. So Oberton team. Nana Abna Adepa and MIDDAY afejebre na mwaka sen mu chechiremu ankasa. Mesanso emo wakwaba biem na hyene so se kase nyumeko ya asomasene eye mobile hand sanitizer omo na eso me metira mede kase e ba besom na kase nso no obetumi ahwe ewo Facebook Green TV Ghana okwa no like na wa share na ne nkofo nso etumi akire mo adwen ho no eja comment nso so ho na bibia etumi akonkan metua anase me hye nsem na se e de amount dia omampani na nado dankwa AKUFO-ADDO mra okona pro bonu no oneni achemu e watakwade sekondi e de aso akwakobɔ fom so mo nhya ase ensimi ayahodo a ombetumi e de nyema mo hwe mo mfife so mbe ya ade biem no ombetumi de nyina etumi akwakoguo.
Today, Asakai and indeed the Western region is on the verge of benefiting from a state-of-the-art integrated recycling and compost plant and wastewater treatment plant, which is estimated to cost some 60 million euros, an investment which will be the biggest in this municipality. I thank the Hungarian Exim Bank and the Hungarian government for their act of solidarity in assisting with the provision of funds for this project. It is testimony to the good relations of friendship and cooperation that exist between our two countries. Long may that continue. It is expected that the plant will receive, sort and process 400 tons of solid waste and treat some 100,000 cubic meters of wastewater, which will in turn serve up to 2 million people in the municipality and the Western region.
Mr. President, this project sits on 200-acre land and is going to treat 400 tons of solid waste, 1,000 cubic meters of wastewater. And so it's going to serve a population of 2 million. It will have a staff quarters, a training and research center. It will employ 250 staff to work here. It has a 7.5 kilometer from the end of where when you come from Asakai end, we are constructing a road of 7.5 kilometers this side. It is also going to have 1,500 indirect jobs. The construction, Mr. President, begins today. And by end of December, the first plant of the solid waste is going to be completed.
Well, a probona moon so no, I was acquired on Monsanto, they are so bold phone beams or Moshe, no Munsi a dancing a bema, ya papamu, your motonto, my dear, a wujuma who do musbina baby pa, it's me at home, my dear, sin a bear musica sem, a bet me a CE at their mom.
2016, yeah, Baba Tuabano, me baha. Emma Moje me fe Emma Musia Mobo say me babe pekwine apesika ababe ye adwuma ye babe chase ene Onyankopon adaroma etumi abamu me ene bo a me share mo no ye babe di so ahwe ma bibia so etumi akono wano ye wie Takoradi market circular now fi aka sekondi market ni mienu ene e ba be ye e ma sekone ene Takoradi nyina obia enya ne de 7th December ebe me ba be sramo de moya mame 2016 no me be sramo mo nya sa membroso 2020 abe 2016 me buy no na me hu me say hu adwuma bo share na me be share mo amuji mi dinti mo de to me no share me sa afi de mo amani tua adwuma betumi aba be ye e wo Ghana say me srabo afi de mo fa me pete and broso cry since 2016 the other no be here to say yes adwuma ye be money aso onya me nhyira mo nyina.
In fact, in the Midadoma Bay. O Sunday, Nanado Kade obey port expansion. Odaba, Anameboa. Nanado Kade Wamko Wegu, obey Nye, Anameboa. Onye Nye. Choboy. This is awesome on today. From Takoradi to Secondi, obey double road.
Aban ene ni mpanifo etumi aso mba beye se eduoso emu yo munyuma hodo ye so mudie no ebetumi akonkan se ado hye mukena eda mo se ne be adachi bi no omo so ebetumi akonkan e wabrabo mu.
Ladies and gentlemen, Africa has the highest percentage of women entrepreneurs in the world. A MasterCard Index of Women's Entrepreneurship in 2018 reported that Ghana has the highest percentage of women business owners worldwide. That is, with 46.4% of businesses in this country being owned by women. Notwithstanding this positive participation in Ghana's business ecosystem, the majority of these women entrepreneurs, which is about 80% of them, are stuck at the very lower levels. Sadly, these businesses tend to be in the informal sector. They're very small in nature and reap very little margins. Despite these, many studies have shown that investing in women has a multiplier effect. As our Honorable Minister said, when you invest in women, it goes straight to the women. And therefore, there needs to be a focus on the contributions of women that provide the springboard for the acceleration of our economic development and inclusive growth. However, women have to grapple with many issues that stand in their way. Some of the constraints and challenges that they are faced with provide a backdrop for the setback for them in the pursuit of their entrepreneurship and economic empowerment. Their efforts are further limited by unequal access to credit facilities, inadequate education, collateral requirements, high interest rates, informational gap, and negative social norm. This ought to change, and I believe from today we will see that change.
In the last few years, more businesses in Ghana have been owned by women. And it's very encouraging because where women own businesses, the economy grows and jobs are created. However, unfortunately, majority of these businesses owned by women are necessity-driven entrepreneurs. They only create the jobs for themselves and their immediate families. The intention for most of them is not aspirational. It is therefore important that there is policy to help transition our women from necessity-driven entrepreneurs to opportunity-driven entrepreneurs, where the women can expand their businesses and compete. That's why we are doing this program today with the support of Excellences Foundation.
Omampani na nado dankwa AKUFO-ADDO apa community mining scheme anoye no babe boa ma de hye ye wadra nsiam takwa ho no no omo nso ho betumi ho mo no mo susu se nko bebre na ebetumi enya adwuma etumi aye na nkofo mo hwe anim nso betumi enya adwuma ye be ye se 12,000 be boa mo man Ghana nso so no omo nso etumi akomanimu.
Company there for Yellowtail Limited. About the refinery. Ewa my boss ha. I know no tailings, small scale miners, no management. You want to be Jawa assassin, so you want to be Abuabuano, and you are caught for refinery, no, the more free, and to go. Very, very important initiative, and also the Juma be playing, and Beba Aboswa.
Say Yankasayam from Ra and Shayan Semu.
na yenko jina bebia nkase mrante wa mabawa na nado danko AKUFO-ADDO o mampanyi wa babepa community mining ho entoma ama yenti bebia yetimi tu agudie Minerals Commission, Water Resources Commission, EPA, Forestry Commission. Say jumakuwe nyina won hihye ewo sika no a yetu no. Na sa wofom na wani sa hihye no so a eno no ye ba ye so ye illegal nti eno ye galamsey. Di se betumi aye community mining no ama na wie peya na ewo si yedi hihye no so.
And then what about baby community mining scheme so ewo aboso nejina ho edima prisia huni valley community mining ebeko so ewo ha nyina efisa yenim se ha de mining no edayakoma so large scale mining yewo mu wo ha small scale mining yewo mu wo ha and asesia community mining so ababeka yensa nti eneye no ewa boss yi yenim se bobo sofo benya omode prisia fo ebenya omode edaman areas ni nyina
Omampani dada John Dramani Mahama ekohia organized labor and professional groups for edensembi etomanim echeni nsemu say eyada NPP amanyoko no eba abem no omutube bibi papa bia emfamboa eye oman Ghana na momu de so no Nyankopon eye adom na so sanso ba abem obehwe amanya mahodo ya bisi basa wo oman Ghana mu ha no obehwe no atenti nyamanya kama into ohwe ni mu say Ghana for ebeto ne so aba.
Ladies and gentlemen, we in the NDC acknowledge that every Ghanaian like you sitting here this afternoon, our professional drivers, farmers, market women, laborers, and all others contribute directly or indirectly in the process of development and revenue generation through the taxes that we pay. With that acknowledgement and the expected impact of COVID-19, the fiscal policy of NDC in 2021 will ensure that taxes are fair, equitable, and favorable, and that public expenditure is aligned to the critical felt needs of Ghanaians. Today, many small and medium enterprises are unable to survive because of the harsh economic conditions. The mismanagement of the economy by the NPP administration and the deliberate collapse of businesses, together with the adverse impact of COVID-19, will force many businesses to lay off most of their workers and at worst fold up. Beginning in 2021 and into the medium term, the NDC government will offer several tax reliefs to the private sector, especially the small and medium enterprises, to enable them recover and get back to their full operating capacities. We will ensure that these firms leverage on these tax reliefs to expand the scope of their production and thereby employ more Ghanaian youth. Within the first 3 months of 2021, by the will of Mauli Shobolisa, by the grace of the Almighty God, I will lay several bills before Parliament that will seek to grant tax reliefs to small and medium enterprises. Ahead of our manifesto launch, let me lay out some of the incentives we'll be giving the business sector aimed at helping them consolidate and also provide more job opportunities. Effective 2021, small businesses will be exempted completely from corporate income tax. And that means all our small corner businesses, shops and others will be exempted from paying corporate income tax. Corporate income tax for medium-sized companies will be reduced from the current 25% to 15%. Newly established medium-sized companies that employ up to 20 staff will be completely exempt from payment of corporate income tax for 1 year. That 1 year will give them a breather to be able to consolidate the business before they start to pay tax. Newly established medium enterprises that employ more than 20 people will be exempted completely from the payment of corporate income taxes for 2 years to give them sufficient time to consolidate the business.
Omampanyi dada John Dramani Mahama edneni echeho ene nimpotemu ene adehye bi man nananom bi nso atwetwe nkomo no de to manim say e ade aban we de NPP amanyoko de omanya ade Christ so mobile de hwemo pa ene modedi oman Ghana.
Come December 7th, 2020, we will come out in our numbers because this is an election of destiny. This is an election that will determine the future of Ghana. I dare say it is the most critical election that we will ever vote in because it will determine what course this country will take. I've recently been listening to debates about infrastructure. Our infrastructure record is there for everybody to see. And in 2016, when I was talking about the value of infrastructure, my friends on the other side said, we don't eat infrastructure. We don't eat roads. That was what they said. Today I can see a scramble to grab even KVIPs and any infrastructure and tout it as an achievement. But it's easy to settle the issue of infrastructure. After all, the president said this election is going to be an election of track records. Comparing his track record to my track record, we can settle it easily. Let's have a debate between two of us, the two presidents. Let AKUFO-ADDO come and sit down. Let me sit down and let's debate our records. I am willing to present myself for a debate with President AKUFO-ADDO any day, anytime, anywhere. And we will settle the matter once and for all. And so, Togu, Mama, let me thank you very much for your patience in waiting for us. I want to apologize for our delay in getting here. As Honorable Bejra said, we were stopped at almost every community along the road. And we're told that if we didn't stop and address them, they won't let us pass. And so they put benches across the road. And so we had no choice but to stop and address them.
Adishima ma ya home kase ne so ni ntwa hombra ye ba ye besanso atwaso bi.
Keep yourself and your whole family safe with mobile disinfectant spray. It contains hypochlorous acid, which makes it safe for everyone, including babies. Eliminate harmful bacteria or viruses on and around you by disinfecting your airspace. Simply spray into the air or use in your hands to keep them clean. When you are with friends, disinfect your airspace. At work with your colleagues, disinfect your airspace. Even when hanging out with family, disinfect your airspace. It can also be applied in the kitchen, on doorknobs, anywhere, anytime, and by anyone. Disinfect your airspace with mobile disinfectant spray.
This is Idrisu Kamal, the MD for Namal Estate and Construction Limited. Yeshua be Mijinaya Yejina Namal Estate and Construction Limited asase so. Asase yantam almost 300 acres asase. Na se sia no kase no your promotion ya pese de mamo. Asase ya echo 15,000 ya teso over 8,000 who 15,000 na ya teso kaso atoma no. Edi aba 8,000. Yanka se bra betua ni nyina. Odi bra fa kakra beto ase as low as 1,000 Ghana cedis. mekyerɛ 1000 Ghana cedis ɛwɔ Nkran hanom ne yɛmfa asase nhyɛ wo nsa sɛ wotua no so wotua up to half of the 8000 nso a yɛma coded site plan with your indenture. Coded site plan I'm saying bebree na nim coded site plan ne boarding pa but ɛno ne yɛde pio so yɛwia yɛ sand blocks 100 pio so enti ɛyɛ normal estate I'm say ɛyɛ ne gisɛm pa.
Diamond Beauty Soap. And name is secret. I will cook must never cook since I'm going to be about every day. The Chiman Sanomoka, 40 Moka, 7 Moka, Senegal, Nigeria, Togo, London, Germany, and no one will be a conwasem. No one was to go for the body. I will talk a sea bakua, and one was semester in about in different sizes. And yet, I also could take a series about yet the natural ingredients, honey, shea butter, cocoa butter, vegetable oil, and about in different fragrances. It is a lemon, I will pay heaven, I will pay honey, and not apple, and coma obia.
The system now, they won't come with Diana. Yes, so, ma'am, you need to papa.
I am making sure said diamond logo no at Diamond Beauty Soap. I'm more Friday.
Say the Mako who ever Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic no me ho kra dweme say enu nti no manya award a eye world best obia transe ema dompem yade kase anase mebo yade enka ne to dem bio
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic esanyar want to say akoma ebo periperi ema wani so ekiri wo ne ekuro etu no ne enka ewo nanum oba na be mo opa wo ene enyar wankaye
nanse ma me kase ene spinal cord ho ekaye no Greenfield adaromenti ene wasa so de gene na so ebiem
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic our ultra modern laboratory and a diagnostic machines a hwehwe ni pedua ni mu ankasa ajenkwa gale plus e boy yen ho ban efri nyarewa ho emma moja edi ye mu afusa ni yie Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic our nungwa dogon Estate Junction last stop Frewa 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898
Greenfield
God is our healer
Greenfield
your last stop
Keep yourself and your whole family safe with mobile disinfectant spray. It contains hypochlorous acid, which
so emwakwa ba edba Green TV so na ewia prem to break kase na guso American kan edima kase yi nimeko ya so masene mobile hand sanitizer omo na so ma battery na de kase eba beso na meto akase ne so biem asan so ede amaude a ene na communication officer edma NDC amanyoko ewo eyeleju kuku apato empeso aso ya ni din ene ora Emmanuel Metal nunu ede ababetu dwase omampanyi na nado dankwa AKUFO-ADDO kwan ya wa hya ase ede fi eyetema ene nkan numantem hase no ya de obo edwuma ye papa na mum project ahodo ya omampenda da John Dramani Mahama hya ase no onhwe no ontumi enwie no nja ese no de dan nya no de so elbobo from omantem ahodo emu
NDC let's ball in 2016 2017 2018 we saw nothing being done on the road until the residents your good self the media houses ADDO TV and other sister stations that also came around, that they came to help in advertising and publicizing what was happening over here, and the state of the road and the health implications that it was causing to the children that use the road every day to go to school, the sick people that sleep in the Lekma hospital. Even though the roads, they look at the color of the Lekma hospital, it's all dust. So imagine the sick people in the hospital there, what they go through over there. You understand? So the media, the residents, the drivers agitated and made noise about the road, not the MP. And then it got attention of government, and then the road has gotten to the stage in which it is today. So if you talk about roads in Lejakuku, let's not limit ourselves to the Lekma Road. And even the Lekma Road that the NPP is championing and they are claiming that is their achievement in Lejakuku, the background and 80% of the job of the Lekma Road was done under the National Democratic Congress, the NDC. So the 20% that they've done, yes, we applaud them. Even that it was as a result of demonstrations and agitation from the residents and media people that joined the road. Other roads I've mentioned here in session here were done under NDC, which MPP has done nothing about it. So we are saying that we are appealing to everybody and the good people of Ghana, the good people of Lejakuku, that come December 7th, we've seen a lot of this 419 government. We've seen a lot of this incompetent, inept, and corrupt MPP administration. And more scandals are coming up. You understand? Where we are as a country today, we need to give power to the nation builder. The nation builder is Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and the action man in Lejakuku. That's Honorable Benjamin Ayikunate. Together, we'll build Lejakuku and we'll build Ghana when NDC comes to power 2021. Yeah, it's a good initiative by government, and I'm glad that they are learning from what the NDC did. The NDC, when it comes to infrastructure and it comes to the construction of roads, we have unprecedented achievement. You look at the circle interchange. You look at even the focus interchange that they are talking about. You even look at the Tema motorway. Look at East Legon and the bridge. You look at even the Lekma Road they are talking about. We've done a lot. You look at the Tema Port Concrete roads over there under the NDC. So if the Vice President has seen vision, if the Vice President has seen sense in what the NDC did in trying to build Ghana, and today he's also cutting salt for construction of roads, we pat them on their shoulder. And we pray that it's not just cutting salt, because this government, when they say anything and they tell you Ghanaians to look to your left, please look to your right, because you're not supposed to be trusted. They've lied to us severally, and we can't trust anything they say. Until the road is completed, we don't believe it. And it's election year, and they will do some of these things. They told us in 2016, during the campaign, that do we eat roads? They told us in 2016 that this is not how we build the country. Why is it that today they are also trying to do the same things? These people are just corrupt, they are confused, they are inept, they are incompetent. And no Ghanaian anywhere listening to us today, no Ghanaian that wants Ghana to develop, no Ghanaian that wants Nkrumah's Ghana to stand, should go back to the polls on December 7th and vote for these people again. The rescue mission is on. It's John and Jane, John Dramani Mahama and Jane Nana Obokwajiman. And you come to Lejakuku, it's Benjamin Ayikunate. This is the rescue mission. And I plead to all Ghanaians, let's vote wisely come December 7th. Let's vote the NDC back to power. And let's get jobs for the youth. John Dramani Mahama has released the steps of our manifesto. John Dramani Mahama says that when he's voted into power, he's going to create 1 million jobs. 1 million jobs for the youth. Correct jobs for the youth. John Dramani Mahama, to all the women and to all the people, the maternity people over here, and the pregnant women and women in Ghana listening. Under the next administration of John Dramani Mahama, the women are going to enjoy 4 months of maternity leave under John Dramani Mahama. Under the next administration of John Dramani Mahama, we are going to give the apprentices, people who are going to learn vocations, they are going to be given allowances. Under the next John Dramani Mahama administration, so many things are going to happen. And anybody that tells you that when John Dramani Mahama comes, he's going to scrap the free SHS, is a lie. When you hear that, tell him that is a lie. What John Dramani Mahama and the NDC is saying is that the next NDC administration is going to strengthen, enhance, and improve the quality of free SHS. We are going to avoid and abolish the double track system, the red, gold, green. So my younger brothers and sisters in secondary school, I'm telling you that the next NDC administration, you are no more going to go for the red, gold, green track again. NDC has a track record. We've built a lot of e-schools. We've improved a lot of infrastructure in the educational secondary schools facilities. And we can do it, and we can do it again. We are going to build more schools, more classrooms, more educational facilities to abolish the double track, the green track, and then the red track.
Asinfosu Divisional Police Commander Yanidin any ACP Augustine Yeguyari eda babetu dwase mfimpinu any eduonu abatone de adom wo hwe amanema nyina etumi akonkan esansa abato e de omehwe masunde mapa etumi akoso ewo manga ne mu a.
Elections, every district within the division. Every district and municipality has an election task force headed by the district police commanders. And they have been meeting periodically with the different party executives to discuss issues that will not bring about confusion before, during, and after the elections. So far, the preparations, the measures we are taking to curb election violence. Maybe I do enough. The one and I do. Yantimin Kasa and the one it will be I wait to my boy and one is. I don't know radio for the one who said. The mayor my side and Obi Kasa hate speech the studio was all taken off air and now open because say suit to give a better organization. There was some more stop or more hate speeches in all studios. Definitely we are prepared. Yeah, because Ghana will be hard on them. It me, but I do be
Ghana Tuna Association for Edaba Betu Dwase say de omunkomu ebu ntimpanyifo enhwe no muntumi entutu nyeme yi emfama omo esanse ska hodo ya dan dan nyomoje edifi omho no ya de no ha omudwuma no emani entumi nkoso yi kwakwanti panyifo be ya omomfa omonan ensifo no mututu nyeme yi kama emfa emomo.
A teacher for Enkabumku I wo memu from the National Association of Graduate Teachers Edi abetu edwase wo hwe de akoso ewo eye West African Examination Council eye wasia ekoso memu am so se nkrata bi epia abonten a sese kekobasa ne no na nagrat mpanifo chese ebredu se mpanifo be yen hihye a emuda ho fikofiko na impo ekwan fa so a am so se nkrata no eba abonten no nipa bi a no bo mu no emra no atumi ene no edi na nsemba akwa nagrat fo ede tu dwas ebiem ene se yepe omo bitima yen nsem hwehwemu a ehu hia se kokofa obi a wo aban mu na ne ho ebebon mu no akohwe sanse ekobasa de na isa abrewa wuo na de abrewa edi ade ensem mu ntimi na ho fikofiko ni saso nti panipa wono na nagrat woda wono mu ano munyamfo angel kabunu wono ntentwefo kasa no tu dwase ehu hia se mpo behwe wono mu a wono ho eni benkum ni nifa no mu dam finfin pepepe no mutima ensem mu enhwehwemu no bibia ne ho bon ewo sa ensem no emra etumi ni sa nipa no edi wochim se wasi yen hwe a ye tro edebe boama nkwada wono mfifrie e wabrabo mu no mehu omhyebre da chen de da wono manim ne mekobase enkrata ne bi dikan pie ne bi mu edikan nya ekobasa emmoa emma eye krogen a ehse wasi nso ne mu etimi da ho no entimi nko nanim sa
Environmental Justice Foundation ni organization onumo omo ye like omo church nyama ewo enkrata mu any internet so enye Ghana pe ekoma no say nsem no mo chọ no enye no na egum ye adwuma no mfi
nti e pa che so mun jaisa na manom because omun hia yenda omni yembo nkomo as an association da nti wontumi nsori enkochro bibi emfa me ho a wonhia me da en your council and a Greenpeace nso a publish bibi e wo Germany say one of them talk to na you will be a friend FAO 34 near area east of the Atlantic. Now east of Atlantic Ghana country. Now we share east of the Atlantic now. Amama ewo east of the Atlantic now. I'm say Ghana pen na ewo our own vessels. Now Kenya na Senegal, own vessels. Almost just about 3 vessels. Ministry of Trade for Nient now. Nient just in a yebi sa sem answer asay juma. The criminal yenti omunka. Nti one sa publication nyamanu koswa. Say ejuma because enche bia na yi fuma yellow card. Na yentu na no bebre na ko yi. Omma yellow card say e brands and bin mo ejuma to an ko yi market no. Ena scan so ni hom to be no ejuma ni say. Nti sisi omu yes anyama na ehai yen pese ye benya problems. Enrechi no ye shema ushe iCat omu list ni support yen shema ye register on or iCat. Nti want me emfa tuna verse keke emfa so say Ghana ma license no enye tisa Ghana ma license ko say we call iCat na iCat sign ma license nti iCat omo register na Ghana no your vessels 37 or iCat register no so 37 20 no omo ye pull and line omo the hook and line and yi tuna no na 17 omo the net and yi tuna no no more mudi who can lie you to now. No here, Kita school boys. The FM anchovies. Now, Kita school boys no more. You were big boot kakre blue vessel. So you want Konamu ye Kita school boys now. We are now the bucket. As any swing na Ediaku, maybe I friend like almost the good put so. Don't the good not to know the almost we. Now, Kita school boys, the moon here say, baby of a cop. We have to use light. Now, on the year to me, and ye nam. Big boat no someone need anchovies are to me and your free schooling. Now, free schooling, no better to me for 2 weeks. Now, when you for a fishing, we have 50 kilograms of bait. Inti, but to me, maybe 2 weeks, no more bait. The 2 weeks now, when you bait, never 50. Now, who car fuel power with the couple. Sometimes we can talk fuel $50,000.
Asenfosu Divisional Police Command ensa etumiaka brante ya ni din ene Ebenezer Asante wedi finshan eduno enson na den ta police for ensa kanya so mutu sa brante edunu bode na eye adwuma ewo mangane mu ha.
Asenfosu eye biaya eno ewo Central Region amanibo a efi ho eba nyina ne se a police for di omani atrem ewo ho ni nyina ne se omunya ne ntie sa brante ani din ene Ebenezer Asante na wonya mfihia no aduonu enso ya de a odi inuboni bi edi djuma ewo ho eno enamene so ema police fue etu anamo edi omani atrem ho opanya na oda omano eye Inspector Johnson ena oka omho ema omuso abrante yi mu ewo ho no enioma hodo bi omunya ye ewo ni dan ni mu ebi eye enioma na ode entoma bi akata onsanso ena omunsa eka dried leaves omusu se eye enubone ewo ho no enamene so ema Commander ACP Luguyari ene impanyufo chichi nkomo ne nsema hodo odi tuudwa enyina ne se abrante omunsa so ni mu yi eyade omode ne ko police station anesa se ne beya omobetutu na no na se omuhu se eyampa enubon bi ena chese odidi djuma ewo ho dia na eni omode ne kwa kogina aseni bia sanso so ena yade asisi ano omobehya ase di omani achechemu ewo mentama hodo se ne beya so munya ne ntie se nuboni bi apie wo bi akacha na eni entempa so omudi omani atremu ho se ne beya emebunu ahodo eni nipadodo adane da nyina no omudi nuboni bi edi djuma no omobetumi achi omho afimu
Mo hansa na mbae enne ene nka enu se na site eyo nti sadete yenda obizo o manu mami na akwala so manu mami na ono so onda nti enyina ya penso ye ja ye krum se e baba sun amanfo no mo wa nti yenda moti bibia yesra mo nka nkyere e betu wana mo because bibia ni panisha no ye ni bibia sa into what TV via man ka say o ba police in there I assure you, sir, be our dinner samba a police or some evading a cheap equity. Namunjai, say, buy and you know, those times are past.
Omampenyi na nado ekonsahwe ewo Western Regional betu enimu say ade asese no hye mbo so monhwe no monye efasuo emfanfa epono se na ebe epono entumi entretre enkonkofufie enkose enoma no komu no hu sampa edwuma yode hye mpanyufo insai omatumi aye na nche bia no obibia ebetumi akonkan ede amom.
This project, this site, is 50% complete. The breakwater is approximately 70% complete. The machine at the far end is trimming the breakwater. The far end is constructed to level. This side is being raised to level. Whilst this work is underway, the blocks you see to the right, which form the key wall against which boats moor for the main breakwater works, the contractor has Chinese engineers, but all of the materials are procured in Ghana through local suppliers. When we come to building works, the contractor intends to subcontract to local companies, and we have urged them that when they do that, they engage local labour, so local AXIM tradesmen for local AXIM construction, so that the proportion of local content is much higher than would be required under the contract.
That's excellent. That's good news. What are we looking at in terms of completion?
The breakwater should be complete probably in November. The building works, which will be starting in September, are likely to be February, March next year. So in terms of what happens in November and December, there will be much more activity than you see at the moment.
That's excellent. It's beautiful. Well, I'm so happy I came to see this.
In addition to what you have said, I think you instructed that we should do some community project for the community. So in addition to that, we are consulting, apart from the onshore work that we are going.
Dom kuma ya o mashibere fie eda ba betu dwase wasi so hwe ya school nkodai ahase etrocho mususu se mo sesi ane de papers ni bi etumi epiepie mo nten so nko be ya nkampanyifo enhwe no muntwa esa ensohwe no emu.
Adam kuma wo man mraso jefie e minority e de aba abetu edwase ehu behia pa sempinifo hwe mu biom titru eye wase nsohwe a eye esuafo no sempo schoolfo e tworo ne nkrata ba akom susu se epie abonten no wo chese ehu behia sempinifo twa sa nkrata no emu ne no na National Democratic Congress ya wono mo ye Adam kuma wono mo wo eye man mraso jefie e de betu dwase West African Examination Council wayek fo mpinifo emra na wo mo enye pepepe yo enhwe se de be ya wo mo nsohwe a wo mo tworo wo man mu no eye trenini nimpo kama nyina betimi abamu na entenche bia enkoba baabi eno enam donkuma no de eye krata ba abonten a ene epani a wono na ye mrasodwani ena wosanso eye deputy ranking member ewo eye committee ehwe enwumesua eso Dr. Clement Apak wono ena odi tudwa pefe se wo hwe eye nsohwe a ekoso wo mamu mekyere wase no a nyame ya adoma ye August bosumi de to dunsia ene betudwa se eye mathematics nkonta wono mo etro no paper no epie ababonten betudwa se nya no kran so nyina mu no omohwe mu no se nokra ebiwum ne no ena domkuma no kyese saa na tie dia na ehu behia pa se saa eye nkonta paper no ana se saa ensohwe no ese timi etwa ne nyina mu na kankwada no esan etro foforo krasan se no ne beboa ama ensohwe na mo wa film no emu etimi ada ho fiko
Omampenyi abedi eche Dr. Mamudu Baumia ede ba betu dwase womra omoba aban mu ewo mfimpinu no du nsiem na ba enwuma bebre na ede abo aye oman Ghana no mo hwe enwuma hodo ye oman ya ebe 17,334 omso mo hwe NPP amanyuko no etumi aboa oman Ghana kwa na mugusu a ekomanimu.
So let's look at the summary of the national infrastructure that we have delivered. And it's this, you can see the amount of work that is going on. Since 2017, we have initiated 17,334 infrastructure projects in this country. Of these, we have completed 8,746, and there's 8,588 ongoing. And you see them allocated from agriculture, education infrastructure, energy, health infrastructure, housing, industrial infrastructure, market infrastructure, railway infrastructure, road safety and security, water and sanitation, youth and development. Over the last 3.5 years, we've implemented these programs across all of these sectors. And all of these 17,334 projects are individually captured in the database. So you can see each of them when you look at this. This is consistent with our strategic orientation to ensure the development of a broad-based, wide-scale infrastructure taking place in every district across the country, instead of a few big infrastructure projects in a few cities. So let me now turn to the sectoral discussions. So we look at road infrastructure. Improvement of the road infrastructure has been a major priority for this government. On the assumption of office, we were met with protests across the country about the poor state of the road network. I'm sure all of you are aware of all those protests people had across the country. We have implemented several initiatives to improve the road network in the country and to enhance economic activities of citizens, to improve access to living conditions of our people. And this year, the President has dubbed it the Year of Roads. In fact, if you look at the road projects, the road sector, we are implementing 1,927 road projects. We've completed 1,307 and 620 are ongoing. If you look at bridges, you see that the Bailey steel and concrete bridges, we have 79 that we are constructing. We have completed 46 bridges, and you saw the ones in Garu and so on being shown in the video. We are also ongoing, 33 bridges are ongoing.
Siadieni ekre Russia man mapenipa ya ni din ene Alexis Navalny edaba betu dwase nkofo bimo etumi edi nubone etumi gu ni team masisi de order ayaresabia.
Ora Alexei Navalny eye openia ono ekasa editia ketase share dream kankan ene proye ewo Russia man ni munama ne boy fina so ye eba enyina ne se nipa bonifo bi edi ne ntente edi inuboni bi apete na aduane so amasisi ano yama ne so edi na kwaso piti ama adokutafo enso aba besi sudua se eya mpapa pei na chese inuboni bi ena omanfo ana se nipa bonifo bi edi pete na aduane so asisi ano omo hwe se ombetumi aboa se ne beya ne ho ebetumi aton entempara.
Siasanso adieni ekre US man emu afranka tufo abedi eche edema DNC ewa US man ya ni din ene Kamala Harris said aba betu dwase eya do mo mpanyi Donald Trump nyama hodo ya oye ewa US man mu no enya ade achese etumi etweyi ewo hono mo. Franka etufo abedi eche edema DNC ye wo US man emu ya ni din ene onmanyamfo Kamala Harris said aba betu dwase eya de omampanyi Donald Trump wa hadwi papa wo US man mu wa mama mu no entumi enkoye entumi so NCP ensita ewo US man mu ne kasem no betu dwase eya de asese no ono eye onmanyamfo Joe Biden ebetumi aboaye papa ama US man no etumi afanentuma papa edi efra esanse omampanyi Donald Trump ewo US man mu onne na bedi eche ni din ene onmanyamfo Mike Pence eyade asese an nyama hodo ya omo ya nyade etumi tweye kwakwa esanse sese no mabetu dwan ba behwe se nyama hodo betumi akoyie no mo de omo ehwe ani mu se October bosome no anase November bosome da ya toso miensa e won fimpinu ne aduanu mu de nyankopon eya adom na so mutumi bedi eye US man eso ombehwe atunye meyie papa esanse bebia Donald Trump entumi anye ankwankodu no omo mbeye amasumde mapa etumi aba US man esanse US man sese ade tete apansam esanse ne nyina ekwo akɔhye mampanyin Donald Trump ensa de say no ɔma nyema bebre na na etumi ɛsɛw ho mɛde ne kasa ɛkɔ awie no ɔde betu dwa sɛ so mo de mo ba ba mu pa de a bibia betumi akɔtɔɔten bibia bɛda ɔkama kama ɛde amom na ade hye de US man mu no nso no ɔmo ho etumi atɔm ye papa ama nwuma hodo ye ɔmo die ne nso no ɔmo betumi adi amom ho etumi ahom Ebusuya kase no esi na nsembia besom mo ebi ene se omampanyi na nado dankwa AKUFO-ADDO de aso akwakobo fom takoradi secondi sanso so ena aban ene ni mpanifo akwakoso eye mba be yese eduoso emu ye omba be boa mo nyuma hodo ye omudie no ebetumi akonkan wei ene nsem na fupem besom se ewia prem to bre kase ewo Green TV so na kase meko ye so masene mamtumi kase eba besom mo eye mobile hand sanitizer open sanitizer papa de a wetutumi ka edomani achoma kache sanso mo sanitizer no alcohol base no 80% etutuanku emwawa base 99.9% ohonoma no betumi aboa wo ama bibi biara ya wo ye bia ebetumi akonkan e ohonoma enum nso no betumi atobi e de ama wo dofo wo yire wo ma unuanom nyina nkora nso e wo fie unya bia na da pepa table ne so niam ahodo so remote ni ade ni nyina TV no nya bi e da pa ho puso mo e wa homabofo eso 0244 650 939 ana 0277 554219 0277554219 mobile hand sanitizer omaba edi amagana fo ekummowa bebre nti wetumika edweni etumi ache omakacha omo na ebo ame mamtumi de ewia prem to bre kase no eba ebesomwo obutantim na nabna adepa enmidi madawase ama omo enhwe ya adehye makraw